Hey everyone, welcome back to the Real Estate Rundown here with Marcy, where we meet with top professionals in our real estate industry, and we got a show prepared for you today. Stay tuned. Welcome back everyone to the Real Estate Rundown here with Marcy, where we meet with top professionals in our industry. And our next guest I'd love to introduce you to is John. Hi John.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing amazing. I'm so happy to have you on the show. We've recently become friends and I can't wait to partner up with you and work on so many transactions and introduce you to so many people. It's amazing to have someone like you in here in Miami, and I want you to share a little bit about who you are.
Sure. So my name is John Bennardo. I own a company called Legacy Builders. I'm a general contractor who's been doing it for a long time, about 25 years in New York. And a few years ago, I transitioned down to the South Florida market.
How you liking it?
I love it so far. It made me be healthier. It makes you move around. And one of the things I like the best about it is people are just so nice down here. And, you know, we were talking a little bit earlier about why I would have made the move down here. It's nice to come to a place where people need help and they appreciate your expertise. And the people in South Florida are so nice to me, generally speaking, and nice in general and very welcoming. So it's just nice to be appreciated for the expertise you were able to give.
Well, I think you came down at, an amazing time. People are saying, when is the time to move, when is not, because let's look around. You're in construction, you're a GC, you know exactly what's happening. You see all this new development. What are your thoughts about it?
So I tell people all the time, being in South Florida now, whether it's 2 years ago or last year or 6 months ago, it reminds me of New York 20 to 25 years ago.
Yeah.
And it sounds old I sound old when I say things like that, but there's so much opportunity here. And again, it's not just because the people are nice, and it's not just because the people appreciate what you do, but it's just so hard to transact business up north. And I have a very vibrant business there, but it's just very difficult to conduct business here. So I see the market, if not stabilizing, continuing to go up, and I see development continuing to happen. So construction happens all over the place because there's a real need for it, but it's also nice to make a few dollars along the way. And it's good for everybody because a healthy contractor makes for a good project. If the contractor's not making money, it's not good for anybody, because that's why people walk off jobs, and that's why people don't complete projects, and that's why you use inferior subcontractors. So you want your contractor to make a few dollars, and then everybody's happy down the line.
Let's talk a little bit about that. There's a need here right now specifically for GCs, in real estate and what you do. Let's talk about a little bit of how you can help with your expertise down here, whether it's a local real estate agent or whether it's developer, architects. Let's talk about how you can help them benefit in their project.
And I don't want to say that New Yorkers are more sophisticated. The New Yorkers I've dealt with, and the developers and the private equity people that I've dealt with in New York, because that's the majority of my business up north.
Right.
And it still continues to be that business. They're typically pretty sophisticated.
Yeah.
The contract types are sophisticated. And what I'm finding here is people actually welcome the sophistication. Whereas I think people down here are used to having bids thrown at them, and it's a take it or leave it scenario where I'm giving them different options and different ways to skin the cat. And one of the things I enjoy is getting involved very early. Now, what I'm finding is contractors here don't like being involved early because they feel it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time if you're looking to make a quick buck. But it's not a waste of time if you're looking to do the right thing for the client. And the right thing for the client and the architect and the entire design team is to get involved early and make sure that the pricing is being done properly. If the pricing is being done properly, then the designs are being done properly. It saves the owner money and time at the end of the day. So I love bringing my New York type of mentality down here and showing people why it makes sense to bring a contractor on board as early as humanly possible.
I believe so. I think it's so many, and that's so important, which brings us to relationships and building those relationships coming in early, it brings us full circle here. How important has relationships been, such as I don't know, in my business title company or your partners in what you do, how important are those relationships in what you do?
Well, it's super important. Remember, I came down here with some great New York contacts who also have Florida, either divisions or people or lots of those types of connections. But it's always good to meet new friends. And you really want to have a sense of community. So I'm back to going to networking events again. And to be honest, it's very fun. Again, because the people here are so nice and welcoming.
Right.
And you're only as good as your community around you. And that's one of the reasons I'm here.
That's so awesome. Now, talk to me. I know you have some projects going on already here in Florida. Is that something you want to share with us, or what are you looking forward to attract now here in South Florida, Miami, or any specific areas you want to reach?
Sure. My business is based on interior office fit outs, so like the space we're in now, and I've done a couple thousand feet to 50, 60,000 square feet of interior office. I've done a number of restaurants, including restaurants like Zuma and STK. I've also done a lot of retail fit outs. So really anything on the interior space I've done. I do a fair amount of apartment renovations, not single apartments so to speak, but multifamily residential. Right. So I'll do 30 units, 50. The maximum I've done is 350 units for related and all their amenity spaces. So lobbies, corridors, amenities. I don't shy away from very complicated interior structural work, right, where I'm taking out full floor plates and making a 2-story retail space. I did that with Zuma in New York, and it's really fun. The more challenging, the more fun.
What is your ideal type of client?
So it's anybody looking to build an interior office space, but generally speaking, I like to speak with architects, any designer or design team that's looking for help, particularly early on in the process. I tend to gravitate towards private equity firms, specifically real estate private equity firms. And then there's this whole group of people called owners representatives. So I do really well with owners representatives where they're bridging the gap between the design team and then the owners. So they've been really, really good for me throughout the years. That's excellent.
How people can reach you?
So you could reach me on my website. It's legacybd.com. Or legacybd-southeast.com. So I have different websites, one for New York and one for South Florida, to showcase my expertise.
Well, thank you, John, for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Of course, and thank you everyone for watching, and see you on the next one. Bye-bye.